Hello guys, this is the Ranger Gamer 06. How's everyone doing today? And yeah, it's another video. Like I said, it's October, so it's nothing but survival horror games and scary movies. Exciting. So yesterday I did my Resident Evil collection. It was a little bit long. I wasn't surprised. But today it won't be as long. I don't think. This is not a very big collection at all. Uh, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit that like, but give this video a thumbs up. Okay, that would help me out a lot. Uh, so yeah, today we are going over Silent Hill. Like I said, it's not a very big collection, like unlike my Resident Evil, because that was a big collection as you guys saw yesterday. So yeah, let's get right into it. Kind of a little bit history on how I Resident Evil, and I think I mentioned this in my yesterday's video. That Resident Evil is what got me into survival horror, and then I discovered Silent Hill. Again, my uncle, the same guy who played Resident Evil 2, when I was little, and I remember I borrowed it from him because at the time I had a PS1 finally. I remember playing it, and you thought Resident Evil was scary. Silent Hill was a whole different story. I mean, it wasn't just shoot 'em. I mean, yeah, you do get weapons and you shoot monsters, but it was Resident Evil still a good series. I know it looks like I'm bashing Resident Evil. I'm not. I still love Resident Evil, and I still love it from my heart, and I will love that series until the day I die. And Silent Hill is, now that I think about it, I think Silent Hill might be my second favorite survival horror series. And I finally own the first one. I bought it used for $10. Now, of course, I was trying to get a job. My mom bought it for me. I still have the copy. It does got a crack on it, but this is the same original copy. I bought it used. I get it was $10 at the time. I got it at Hastings. So uh, I fell in love with this series. I mean, this series was terrifying. Uh, Hastings not around now. Now sometime like where you're from, maybe you still got it, but where I'm from, Hastings went out of business a couple of years ago. So I'm very sad. It was one of my favorite store. But back when Hastings was still selling PS1 games, they had for $10, and I had to get it. So I'm glad I did not sell this because I'll tell you right now, if you go on eBay, not just this, but any Silent Hill game, it's very expensive. I mean, it's like this is going for like over $100, maybe $200. Like it's crazy. It's very hard to get this right now, unless you got an emulator. Now they do have this on the PS1 class on PS3, but the thing is, when you fire your gun, it makes a loud noise. So be warned about that. So let's look into it. I'm gonna read the back. It says Harry Mason and his daughter Cheryl are driving to their favorite vacation spot. Late that night, a figure suddenly appears from out of darkness. Harry turns the wheel in panic, and the car careens off the road, knocking Harry unconscious. Awakening sometime later, he realizes that Cheryl is missing. Stumbling, stumbling out of the wreckage, he he heads towards the small town of Silent Hill. Real-time rendered environment and dynamic camera changes create a truly cinematic horror experience. Stunning visuals and true to life CG movies coupled with horrifying 3D images will leave you breathless. Intense action and puzzles stimulate your mind as well as your trigger finger. Fog and shadows engulf you in a world beyond imagination. Atmospheric music and sound change with each tension-filled moment. Every town has a secret, some are just darker than others. And that's very much true. Of course, Konami, that's the old logo. Konami did this. It's for mature, animated blood and gore, animated violence. You open up. Here's the disc. That is Cheryl, your daughter. I believe this is Dahlia Gillespie. She's another character in the game. So I miss the City Jewel case. Don't you guys? PS1 era. You gotta love it. And this is a black label bottle. This is not the greatest hit. So, and here's the booklet. You got Harry Mason, Cheryl, and this came out uh 1999. I kept thinking it came out in 98 or 97. I don't know why I think that. But this came out in 99. I believe that's the same year Resident Evil 3 Nemesis came out. And I think Final Fantasy 8. Yeah, I'm good with dates. I'm a nerd that way. So, anyway, let's look in the booklet. You have your contents. And your controls. And then like how to go to your map and how to attack. And I believe this is Alyssa. And here's the prologue. Here's Harry, uh, trying to avoid the figure in the road. Yeah, when I played this, like I said, I borrowed it from my uncle. I fell in love. I think I've got every ending. I got every secret. That's how much I invested. When I like a game that much, I will try to like be a complete every weapon. And this is how you save right here. It's like a little notepad. Your options and your characters. And the other characters. And your weapons right here. You get a knife, iron pipe, a handgun. This is like your flashlight, your pocket radio, your ammo. And your hands. Feel free to pause it if you guys want to read this. And just like Resident Evil, I did wrote in this manual, it's the answer to the puzzles. So there you have it. The very first Silent Hill game. Very terrifying. If you love Resident Evil, you got to check Silent Hill out if you can afford it. Like I said, it's expensive on eBay. I wish you luck. Amazon is probably the same thing. So I wish you luck trying to get this or any Silent Hill game. And kind of forgot to tell you that this is a third-person game, kind of like Resident Evil, but it doesn't have tank controls. It's more the way your character moves. It feels more realistic. Like he turns his shoulders and stuff. It's really cool, and I love the camera angle. Uh, and the radio plays a huge part, and the reason that is because it makes a sound. When you hear a sound, that means enemies are nearby, and that's what makes it terrifying. You know, uh, I think the one part now we're in the sewers, your rent doesn't work. So maybe it does. I can't remember. But anyway, you get your flashlight. I mean, you get your flashlight, your pocket flashlight. And I'm telling you, this game is dark. Not like dark as in gritty, but like it's dark. Like it's not lit up. Because like all the places you visit, the lights are like always out, except for the newer one, I think. So there you have it, Silent Hill, my favorite one to be honest. Harry Mason, It's my favorite character. Awesome character. And came out 2001, I believe, on the PlayStation 2, Silent Hill 2. Now, you can also get on the Xbox called Restless Dreams. I cannot remember the difference. I Restless Dreams version has the UFO ending, and this one doesn't. Uh, now I've heard, I don't know if this is true or not. As you can see, this is Black Label. Now the greatest hits version is Restless Dreams. I don't know if that's true or not. If anyone could confirm that, please leave a comment below. Now, this is also the original copy. I've had this since I was in high school. The first Silent Hill game, I think I had that. I guess I was in high school or I was in junior high. So I had these two games for a very long time. These are the actual copies. Okay, I did not sell these. They still work to this day. So I'm very proud that I kept these games. Uh, and if you guys watched my Resident Evil video yesterday, when I was doing the Code Veronica X, how I was saying that it was my first PS2 game. So was this. This and Code Veronica X were my first two PlayStation 2 games, and I'm glad I did not sell them. I'm glad I kept them. So yeah, this was among the I got this for Christmas, and I wanted to play it so bad because I love the first game. Here's the spine, and it's cool that it's got like screenshots right here, and here's the back. Again, it's mature Konami, uh, according for blood and gore and violence. It says the silence is broken. James Sunderland, that's the character you play in this one, voiced by Troy Baker, by the way, in case you guys didn't know that. Uh, James Sunderland's life is shattered when his young wife Mary suffers a tragic death. 3 years later, a mysterious letter arrives from Mary, beckoning him to return to their sanctuary of memories, the dark realm of Silent Hill. Now, James must go back to that special place to uncover the truth, unaware that the answers he seeks require the ultimate sacrifice. Return to Silent Hill, an entirely new adventure with all new characters and monsters. Battle horrifying creatures with a new arsenal of weapons and items. Riveting storyline, stunning graphics, true to life CG movies to leave you on the edge of your seat. Atmospheric lighting and ambient 3D surround sound shift and change at each terrifying turn. Dynamic camera angles, beautifully rendered environments, and real-time weather effects deliver a cinematic horror experience. Uh, I gotta say, the cutscene in this game is very well done. To this day, I think it still holds up. Uh, Here's the inside, and there's James Sunderland. In the back, it's got the advertisement for Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty coming fall 2001. Now, I've already did a review on this one, so check it out if you guys haven't already. Here's a manual, some of the new enemies you fight. By the way, this is the first appearance of Pyramid Head. So, yeah, this is his first appearance. Uh, your contents, and your controls and getting started. I don't know if this is on PC or not, but I can't remember. I want to say it used to be, but I'm not for sure. And this, and like the first game, this game scared me too, especially Pyramid Head. When you first encounter Pyramid Head, I'm telling you, that guy makes you uneasy. The main character. Feel free to pause if you guys want to read it. Angelo and Maria, your other characters. Iron Screen. Yeah, I haven't. I'll be honest with you. I haven't played Silent Hill in a long time. I need to get back into it. I did play the first one a while back, but I haven't played my other ones yet. And like the first game, you also get a radio. But see, in the first game, the radio was like a static, but here it put like some kind of weird music. It's weird. And of course, you get a flashlight and all that. And the credits. I don't know. Let me see if they got the voice. It may not have it. I'm not saying it. Yeah, I didn't see it. Some fear death, others pray for it. Nice picture. And then the consumer support. So there you have it. That's Silent Hill 2. And up next, we got Silent Hill 3. Again, this is my original copy. I did not sell this and buy another one. This is the original copy. I've had this since I was in high school. Uh, I remember I put a demo. I can't remember how I got the demo. I think it was a game magazine that came with the demo, or I bought it. Uh, I remember playing it. I loved it. Here's the back. This for the first time the Konami logo changed, but it's still the same company. And for mature, for blood and gore and violence. And this is the first time you play as a female protagonist. You play as Heather. Don't want to think too much about that. I know this game is old. If you're watching this, you probably know who this is, but I don't want to spoil it for you guys. Uh, Let me tell you, this game is terrifying. It's dark. Uh, it was a little bit harder than the first. 'Cause I remember the first two Silent Hill games weren't that bad. I think part two was the easiest. This is a little bit more challenging because the ammo was a little bit scarce. Uh, the secrets, the costumes, it's hilarious. It's funny. It's got good stuff, good replay value. And I have to mention, just like the first two, or I did kind of mention in the first one, they got more than one endings, So I read the back for it. It says, everything you never want to see. Heather Morris, you play as, that's her, uh, lived in a carefree existence until her world was suddenly turned upside down. Trapped and alone in the mysterious town of Silent Hill, Heather must fight sickening monsters to survive and uncover a terrifying connection between her past and her darkest fears. Featuring shockingly realistic graphics and a cinematic storyline, Silent Hill 3 brings unparalleled horror to life. Game features all new terrifying adventure featuring a new female lead character. Series trademark graphics possess even more disturbing detail. Breakthrough sound technology brings the chilling sounds to life. Frightening new monstrosities with all new weapons, including a submachine gun and katana. Yeah, that's one thing to survival work. You just don't do that. But in the katana, actually, that reminds me, you do get the katana in the first game as well. Includes official. This is really cool. Silent Hill 3 soundtrack with 60 music. Yes, this comes the soundtrack. Uh, Here's the booklet. This right here is the soundtrack. Very, very cool. And you flip it over, and there's the game disc. So yeah, I actually bought this brand new uh, when it came out at Walmart. So again, it's expensive, it's a lot of money. So in the back of it, you got Castlevania: Limit of Innocence. Funny, I'm actually playing this right now on my PS2. So yeah, it says discover the origins of Dracula in the Belmont clan. So yeah, coming fall 2003. Very cool. So let's check out on the inside. You got your contents, your controls. Yeah, this one has a very good soundtrack. All the music. And I thought it was very cool that this one, out of all the Silent Hill games, I believe this is the only one that comes with a soundtrack, as far as I know. And then you have your controls. What's cool about this one, and when you're out exploring, because if you guys play survival horror game, you can easily miss other. Will turn her head and she'll look, and that means there's an item there. It's very cool. So I kind of like that little feature. And like your options, your maps, for the blurriness, and how to save. And your characters down here. And then your credits. So that is Silent Hill 3. I don't really want to spoil this one. I will say this. This is a sequel to the first game. That's all I'm going to say. So, yeah. Another game got to this game was freaky. Out of the first three Silent Hill games, this one kind of messed with my mind. Uh, like, you'll see something, and then when you come back, it was gone. It was freaky. You might see something corner your eye, and you're like, did I just see that, or was that all in my mind? This game kind of messed with your mind a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. This game was terrifying too. Good game. A must play if you haven't already. Then I believe this came out. I think I didn't say it. Hang on, my bad. Yeah, this one came out '03. This came out 2 years later after part two. And then after that, just a year later, in 2004, Silent Hill 4 The Room. Once again, this is the original copy. I just realized all my copies are black label. None of them are greatest hits. Uh, I was a little iffy when I played. I just going to call it The Room. And I kind of wish they did that. Uh, but the more I played this, I had to start liking it more. But the first few times, I didn't really care much for it. I'm glad I kept it. But yeah, it just didn't feel like a Silent Hill game. It kind of did, but it kind of didn't. Uh, Here's the spine and the back. Uh, it says a room full of nightmares. Henry Townsend, that's the main character you play as, finds himself trapped in his apartment, and the only escape is through a mysterious portal that leads to a horrifying alternate reality, with gruesome sights around every corner and his sanity being tested. He must find his way out of this nightmare. Enter the room, the latest story in the most terrifying game series of all time. All new, riveting Silent Hill adventure with shocking plot twists, fend off new monsters, including ghosts that defy physical reality, visual transitions between first and third person gameplay modes are first in the series, explore new environments, including an otherworldly forest and grisly prison. It's one player, mature for blood and gore, intense violence, and sexual themes. Uh, yeah, so first person to third person, I will explain that. You're uh, you're this guy who's trapped in his apartment. By the way, he's not in Silent Hill. You're in Ashford, I think the name of the town, which is like the next town over, not far from Silent Hill. You're trapped in a room, like you're like locked in. And but see, when you're in your apartment, it's in like first person view. But when you're in the other world, like the forest and the hospital world, the water prison world, it's in third person. And that's why when I first played this, I just went for sure what to think of it. But the more you play, I actually enjoyed it. It's creepy. Uh, Not as scary as the first three games, but it's good. Um, Here's the inside of it. In the back, you got Neo Contra. I never played either Contra game. I thought about it. Maybe I'll get into it. Table of contents. Your controls starting up. And here are your characters. Uh, Elaine Gabby, she's your next door neighbor. Gameplay. Battle finding, how to go to your map and your items. Your weapons and how to save. And these holy candle right here and the Saint Medallion, these items are very, very important if you want to get the good ending. Because what it is, the second half of the game, your room starts getting like possessed. Ghosts are trying to get into your room, or there's blood coming out of the sink or the bathtub. It's very freaky stuff. So, I mean, it will not kill you. So, but if you have a candle or medallion, you can use that to exercise and to get rid of it. So, if you want to get the best ending, you have to make sure your room is cleared. Because if you don't, you'll get the bad ending. So, keep that in mind if you guys ever play this game. Your options. I forgot about these enemies. The two-headed babies. These are freaky enemies. Yeah, it's not a bad game. Like I said, the more you play it, you might like it more. And these are just credits. And then you got Silent Hill Dynasty comic book. I never read it, but it looked interesting. And a bunch of notes and warranty. So there you have it. Silent Hill 4, The Room. Again, this is kind of a hard game to get. It's a lot of money. Maybe not. This is also on the Xbox as well. It's not a PS2 exclusive. Uh, One thing I'd like to mention, Silent 2 and 3, those games did get a remaster. You can get them on the PS3 or Xbox 360, and I don't think they're that much. So since these games are so expensive, if you have a PS3 or a 360, uh, getting that remaster might be your best chance. But it's only, like I said, Silent 2 and 3. What's very interesting, I don't know about Silent 2, but Silent Hill 3, they changed the voice acting, the dialogue, like it's different people. It's weird. So that's very interesting. I don't know if they did the same for part 2 or not. So, and up next, and I believe this came out 2008. It originally came out on the PSP, but then later they put it on the PS2. Is Silent Hill Origins. Yes. I saw this used at my game store. I think they're selling like 150 bucks. Again, I bought this brand new. I originally had it on the PSP, but when they came the PS2, I saw the PSP version and got this. And here's the back. The title says Origins. This is a prequel. It takes place before the first game, and you play as a truck driver named Travis. Uh, this game wasn't too bad. I never really cared much about the main protagonist. I think they could have done a better job. The atmosphere was creepy. Don't get me wrong. The atmosphere was creepy. You hear the inside of it. I think, yeah, 2008. It says the nightmare began here. The origin of Silent Hill, the dark and demented place we know, can now be told in this prequel to the original game. Uh, Travis Grady, a lonely trucker with a troubled past, must survive the night as he enters the frightening town of Silent Hill. Guide Travis through the streets of Silent Hill as he confronts horrific creatures as well as his own personal demons, solve twisted puzzles, and discover the mysterious secrets behind the evil that has cursed the town of Silent Hill. So, there you have it. Let's check the booklet. Here's the front and the back. Your table of contents. Your patrols. And your introduction. This is Silent Hill and how to play the game. And then you have entering Silent Hill. Now, I mean, like Silent Hill 4, this was an okay game. I mean, I enjoyed it, but in all honesty, I think the first three Silent Hill games were the best because after Silent Hill 3, I felt the series kind of went downhill a little. And here are your characters. And your credits. And your warranty and all that. Not a bad game, like I said. PS2, but you can also get it on the PSP as well. Uh, I think this is the first game, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Unless, well, maybe Silent 4 had, I can't remember. But your melee weapons break, so you gotta be careful when you use your melee weapons. Uh, it's not a bad game. I mean, the story was okay. I felt like they could use a better protagonist. I felt like he didn't seem to fit in, but that's just me. So there you have it, Silent Origins. And I forgot to mention, Silent Hill is actually based on a real town. I think it was in Pennsylvania. There was a mine, it was a mining town. The coal mine burned. There was a big accident, and people had to evacuate. Like it's literally raining ashes. So I would love to visit sometime if I can. Now that is it for my video games. I did play Homecoming and Downpour. I never owned it. They were okay. Homecoming was just flat out terrible. I didn't care much for it, you know. Although they brought back Pyramid Heads, which was interesting, but I just could not play home. I did beat it. Uh, Downpour was a little bit better in my opinion, but again, I just wasn't feeling it. Uh, there are some good news. I think they just did this yesterday. Konami is making games. There's been rumor that they're making more Silent Hill games. Castlevania and Metal Gear Solid. Now they're just rumors, I think. I heard somewhere that they're remaking Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eaters. That's very interesting. So now on to the movie. Yes, the movie. This came out 2006. I was very excited when I saw the first trailer. You got Pyramid Head, the nurses. That's Alyssa. Here's a spine and the back. And it's got Sean Bean. If you don't know who that is, he played in Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, GoldenEye. Uh, it says, Silent Hill will show your senses and leave you breathless. Based on the best-selling horror action game, Silent Hill stars Radha Mitchell, Man on Fire, as Rose, a desperate mother who takes her daughter, Sharon, to the town of Silent Hill in an attempt to cure her of her uh, ailment. After a violent car crash, Sharon disappears and Rose begins her desperate search to get her back. She descends into a fog of smoldering ash and into the center of the twisted reality of the town's terrible secret. Pursued by grotesquely deformed creatures and townspeople stuck in permanent purgatory, Rose begins to uncover the truth behind the apocalyptic disaster that burned the town 30 years later. Dare to step inside the horrific town of Silent Hill where darkness preys on every soul and hell's creations await around every corner. But know that once you enter, there is no turning back. Special features, six-part behind the scenes featurette, uh, Path of Darkness, making Silent Hill. You got origins, casting, set design, stars and stunts, creatures unleashed, creature choreography, and it's got Laurie Holden. She played as Andrea in The Walking Dead, as Sybil, the cop in this one. So very cool. Love this movie. Here's the disc. But as you guys already guessed from what I've read in the back, it's based on the first movie. They just swapped from male to female protagonist, so it follows the story from the first game. Great movie. If you have not watched this, you gotta watch it. It's a good movie. I loved it. I think I like it better than Resident Evil movie, to be honest, because this follows more closely to the game. Very good. And it spawned a sequel, Silent Hill Revelation. Now, this is based on Silent Hill 3. This came out 2013. Uh, There's a spine. Here's the back. Uh, Fun fact, if I'm not mistaken, this is Kit Harington's first movie. If you don't know who he is, he played as Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. This was his first movie, if I'm not mistaken. I read it back. It says a total scarefest. Return to a place of insanity and blood-curdling chills in the shocking sequel to one of the most surreal and gruesome horror films ever created. Heather Mason Adelaide Clemens, and her father, Sean Bean, have always tried to stay one step ahead of the malevolent forces intent on their destruction. But on the eve of her 18th birthday, a dangerous revelation leads her deeper into a demonic world that threatens to trap her in a nightmarish landscape forever. Based on the hugely popular video game series and written and directed by Michael J. Bassett, Death Watch, it's a physiological trip into an absolute terror unlike anything you've ever known. Bones features a look inside Silent Hill Revelation. And here's the inside of it. So this movie was okay. Uh, it was not scary. The first movie was a lot better. It was more horror to it. This was okay. If you, I mean, it's worth a watch if you have. Pyramid Head is in the movie. He does make a comeback. So yes. So there you go. Silent Hill Revelations. Uh, there you have it. My Silent Hills. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Uh, not very long, which is good. I was expecting that. Like I said, this is not a very big collection, unlike my Resident Evil. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope Konami makes more Silent Hill games because I am itching for a more Silent Hill games. So I hope the series not dead. So yeah, speaking of that, y'all are familiar with the PT trailer. It was going to have Norman Reedus, but that never happened, sadly. So, because I was looking forward. So, anyway, guys, that is my today's review. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you're new to this. Please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Have a good week and stay safe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.